It is our plant pick of the week with Little Prince of Oregon, and I'm with Mark from Little Prince. How you doing?
I'm great.
So where are we today? This is a really cool place.
Okay, we are at Thicket, which is on Alberta Street, Northeast Alberta Street, and I just absolutely love this place.
Cool.
It is so charming, and the plant selection here is amazing. I've known Adria, the owner, for a number of years, and she's just done such a great job of putting this all together. I just love coming here.
And it's more than just outdoor plants. She also has indoor plants. She has pottery. She has really interesting containers. So really a place to come to.
Yeah, and she's got great staff here too who will be able to answer a lot of questions.
Oh,
so,
excellent.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about today?
We are talking about ferns today.
You know what? I think sometimes they're really not used as much as they can be. So you brought a big selection.
Yeah, we grow some 30 varieties of ferns at Little Prince. So I have a few here I want to show. This is Dryopteris erythrosora. And one of the cool things about this plant is that you get this beautiful orange leaf out foliage and also very nice fall color foliage with Dryopteris erythrosora. So it's a hardy fern. You know, ferns need shade, and so this is a great choice.
And those coppery ones will green up later.
Yeah, they will green up, and then they'll turn red again in the fall.
Wonderful.
So,
and these two are such different textures. Sometimes you would think they're not a fern, but really a
yeah.
fern.
And interestingly, this also is a Dryopteris. You know, it's related to that, and this is Dryopteris sieboldii. Got a very different leaf pattern, but also this is an evergreen, and it's a beautiful fern for, you know, in that shady spot that you've got to fill.
Nice, and that's really interesting.
So this is Phyllitis scolopendrium undulata.
It's wavy.
And so the undulata comes from these wavy forms in the leaves. There are quite a few different forms of Phyllitis scolopendrium. So it's also called hart's tongue fern, and it's got, you can see some fronds here that are starting to curl up. They're just lovely when they just pop out.
So maybe a little housekeeping about ferns. So the evergreen ones, what should we be doing this time of year?
Yeah, so this time of year, if you've got fronds that are looking bad, or even if, you know, you can take, you know, even like a western sword fern, you can take all the remaining fronds off and just let the new ones, they'll be unfurling now, and so
don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid to cut them back.
Don't be afraid.
No, not at all.
And then one of the ones I think that's so cool that everyone should have if they have the space is chain fern.
Yes, so Woodwardia unigemmata is probably my favorite fern of all. They get like 6 to 8 feet long
really
fronds,
big.
and they're just absolutely gorgeous. One of the if you want to see a big version of this, one of the greatest gardens to see it in is the Rhododendron Species Garden in Federal Way, Washington, which is also the home of the Hardy Fern Foundation. And they have a stumpery there. And so a stumpery is a really cool idea where you take a fallen tree, or so you just have a stump and you turn it up so it's like if the tree were laying out on the ground, it's not there anymore, but that stump is just standing vertically, and you can plant little pockets of ferns into it and create just a beautiful kind of vertical landscape, almost like a living wall, but you're using ferns and other woodland plants for it.
Oh, that would be lovely.
So yeah, that's a great one.
Idea. Good idea.
So this is an Ethereum ghost fern, and these Ethereums have very delicate foliage. They might trail down a little bit too. We've got one called Silver Falls, which has just beautiful silvery foliage. So
pretty.
Very nice.
Really, that light green really kind of offsets the other green of these ferns.
And Adria has a favorite fern. I want to bring her in.
There she is.
Yeah, so this is Asplenium trichomones.
Yeah, or maidenhair spleenwort, and that is one of my very favorites. It just looks so delicate, but it's super hardy. It made it through that ice storm, no problem. Looks great year-round. Can actually dry out fairly well, and it's gorgeous in mass plantings. I have it with Solomon's seal in my deep shade, and it looks lovely.
About how tall does it get?
You know, it doesn't get a whole lot taller than this, but
Yeah.
it looks great. It kind of spreads and creates a nice little colony.
Yeah, well, it's
Yeah.
probably my second favorite fern. So that's the giant chain and then the smaller one.
The opposite
Yeah.
end of the spectrum. Well, as you can see, we all love ferns, and there's so many different ones from Little Prince of Oregon. So please come down to Thicket or contact your local favorite nursery and get some ferns today. Thanks so much, everybody.
Yeah, thank you.